Welcome to the Dance to Heal podcast. I'm your host, Jenny C. Cohen. Join me as I share stories of how life is a dance. I'm a cancer survivor, mother of two, and an award-winning performer who found that mind and body connected movement is vital to healing in a way that is safe and tailored to your life. I created Dance to Heal Wellness featuring the Spotlight Confidence Formula and also authored the best-selling award-winning book, Outside In Recovery, Dancing My Way Back to Myself After Breast Cancer. I will bring new ways to help you on your dance journey and healing path. Are you ready to move? Dance to Heal starts now. By the universe. I mean, the level of guidance you're providing right now is really essential because we have a lot of lost souls.
Yeah.
And I thank you for the level of openness you're giving because people need to hear this. That, we all come from lost spots, but if we just start without, I'm going to adjust it 1 minute. Quiet. Y'all like 2 times a day. I saw that, Omar. You snuck it in. You were like 5 to 10 minutes twice a day. I'm like, wait, what happened to 1 to 2 minutes? So, he's pushing hard, y'all, for like
No pressure.
No pressure.
no pressure at all, but
Yeah,
twice
no
a day,
pressure.
okay, folks? And I really love this because most of the time people don't acknowledge how hard it really is to be still.
Yes.
And then the next step is to ask this open-ended question because we're expected to have answers. We're supposed to know what we want, or at least initially what we want. And for me, this biggest lesson recently has been more the difference between what do I want versus what do I need
Yeah.
versus even needing to know the answer. Because I'm so used to having to, this is a phrase I learned from a mentor for an event I just did in Seattle where she was telling us, I don't think it's her words either, but just passed down through many leaders, not to pilot anyone's plane but your own. Because I always know what you all need. Like I could even get down right now what Jessie and Omar need today. And then what Jenny needs or what Jenny wants, I can't tell you for the life of me. I couldn't tell you. And it's so much easier to look at other people and be like, I know exactly what you need. Like, let me just get, instead of focusing on myself and going, what do I want?
Yeah.
What do I need? What am I meant to be doing?
Yeah.
Those are the hard questions that we may not have an answer like this.
Right.
Yep.
That's the hardest part, I find.
Right.
Yeah, but it's also an unfoldment, right? It's and this is where you need to have that patience with and that spend that time with yourself, because that answer is the quest itself.
Yeah.
That's what we're looking for. That's what a soul's quest is all about. It's asking that question, like, what does my soul want? What do I want? And going through that journey of answering that. That's the beautiful thing of it all. As challenging as it may be at times, right? That's the beauty. And the thing is that is uniquely yours, right? It's uniquely yours, right? It's a beauty of a life that when you're looking for that, and what you're looking for is for that unique, like Jessie mentioned, the flower gardens with all the different gardens, right? Is what is your unique expression, right? Like if you see a rose is a rose, if you see a tulip is like, what is that thing that it's universal and only you could put it out. And it could be as simple as being a beautiful father, being a beautiful husband, being a great partner, going out. I work with a man, an adult right now, a man right now. And his thing is, when he goes out, he just tells people, "Hey, friend, how are you?" And it is so simple that he chose to be that person that says, "Hey, friend, how you doing?" I mean, to me, and I tell him all the time, he's like, "I think that's amazing," and he's like, "Right," and I'm like, "No, Joe, this is amazing." Just doing something like that because you discover that you could bring joy to other people's lives. Right. And those are the things that those questions allow you to arrive at. Right.
I think
And
what happens is people think that it has to be this ginormous,
Firework.
grandiose, fireworks, like, oh, the heavens just open. Sometimes it is as simple as, "Hey, friend, how you doing?" that you're just bringing, it brings you joy and it brings somebody else joy. I mean, how crazy is that, you know?
Yeah.
Well, I think to just return back to one of Omar's answers, right? Sometimes if you're able to help someone feel safe in a simple conversation, that could be a sole purpose right there, you know. And
Absolutely.
I want to make sure that the audience, before we get too much further along, the audience, you know, I want to make sure that you know that if you go to ASQ they have a leadership survey for you that will also direct you in other areas you can be looking at. Are there any other things that you would recommend they do besides going to your survey on your website?
I mean, we have the assessment, the leadership assessment, which does tell a lot. And they can book a discovery call, free discovery call. There's also resources on our website. You know, we have newsletters, articles, lots of articles that talk about leadership and our methodologies and things like that. We have the podcast, of course, the ASQ podcast. We're on all social media, so you can find us anywhere. But from our website, I think if anybody wanted to get in touch with us, they could book a discovery call.
And to me, I was dropped in my head when I was younger, so I think, I think a little differently.
Facts.
One thing that I will first and foremost tell people is to stop saying that they're not leaders. Because what is leadership? Like, what is it? Is that a title? No. Leadership, its basic definition is a guide of others. That's what it is. And you guide your family, you guide your community, you guide wherever you go. And it's not a guidance of imposing, it's a guiding of showing up as who you are. So the first thing, because we have a friend, she's like, Omar has been mad at me for like a month because we are having a presentation, and she said, well, I'm not a leader. And I'm like, and I lost it.
He lost it on her. Poor thing. She has PTSD.
No, and it wasn't in a bad
Not
way.
bad.
It was like, no. And because that's an emphatic no. A leader is not a title, because if it was a title, then we wouldn't have bad leaders, right? So that's kind of like the reality. So that one of the biggest things that we encourage people to see is to understand that they are those leaders. They are those individuals if they choose to be, right? Because it's all within. It's all within. And that's that. Yeah, you could take the assessment, you could go on the website, do all those great things. Absolutely. I'm not discouraging you for that. But the first thing that you have to recognize is that you are a leader.
Yeah.
Oh, we're all leaders by default, whether or not people realize it, because, because we're all connected energetically. This is something Omar and Jessie and I already had a conversation during my interview recording, and we're just going to acknowledge and include you in, audience members, is that we're all connected energetically through the frequency of our being alive.
Yeah.
So whether or not you acknowledge it, it still exists. Science is starting to prove that in more and more data.
Yeah.
So by virtue of that definition, you are a leader because you will affect every space you go into, depending on where you're coming from.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's it. Even if you're a quiet leader, you're still leading.
Yes.
Like my daughter, we call her like the cat piper. Every room she goes to, all the cats follow her, and we can't entice them away from her with treats,
That's so
food,
cute.
nothing, because she's so energetically centered. All of our cats feel really safe with her.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's right.
And then because I can razz my husband because he's not here. Like whenever my husband needs actual grounding, all of our emotional therapy cats will go to him.
Aw.
They'll be like sitting on his, like practically on his head and his lap. They're like, you need to ground yourself, man.
Yes.
And they like pile on with the cats, right?
I love
So
that.
in that way,
That's awesome.
right? So you just be aware, audience members, that we know this because we live this. You've now joined the family, the community, in this understanding that in your ASQ, you are a leader. And we all have tools for you. You can go to ASQempowerment.com. You can go to Move to Bloom, MOVETOBLOOM.com. And I have that monthly masterclass where we will address some of these things that overlap with what they do.
Yep.
And on the YouTube video, feel free to ask any follow-up questions. If you're shy of contacting either one of us, because I know some of you like to ask questions under whatever your YouTube name is, and we'll answer you.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's no gatekeeping on access to us. You
Nope.
make sure you put your questions down, we'll answer them for you.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And if I may I say something on that, right? I mean, everybody knows that the world is kind of like in a topsy-turvy part, right? And if you feel the call to do this, right? I mean, this is the time. This is the call to the adventure. And our premise is that it's basically this: the true leadership that lasts is the one that starts from within,
Mm-hmm.
right? It's the you healing yourself, understanding the beauty that you are, living from that premise, and then showing up in the world, right?
Yeah.
Like life is about active participation in it, right? It's about like participating, and we get to choose how we want to participate. We get to choose, and then we also get to create. And right now there is a lack uh, um, for leaders. You know, we need leaders that are going to take the evolution of humanity to a different point of view. You know, one that allows true inclusivity, that allows for people to thrive, right? And those are the things that, in perhaps that if you feel apprehensive, right? This is what Joseph Campbell called a refusal to the call. Oh no, that's not me.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not what I am. I'm just little old me, right? That's all. So you're refusing what you are. And I know it's kind of like a challenge, but it's baby steps. It's kind of like seeing that you are energetically connected with everything, and there's something in you that needs to come out. However beautiful and small it might be, or whatever grandeur, I don't know. It's up to you to decide what that looks like, right? But this is a call. This is the time for us to step up in the corporate world, in the political world, in everywhere. There's a need for individuals to come understand their insights and then be able to show up and operate from there.
Yeah.
I love the delineation that you're reminding us, though, that to be a leader, you have to know who you are and what you are, and that will actually help you to be a better leader.
Yes.
You know,
Yep.
and I think that we do need to also not get lost in the learning, because there has to be some pivots towards leadership, even if it's just a very private acknowledgement that has we're speaking to you, audience, that you are a leader. You step into that. Yeah, you're right. I am a leader, and that may be just enough. That's what you need today.
Yeah.
And then start your first 1 minute of quiet time this evening.
That's
And,
it.
and listen,
That's it.
there's a reason for doing it in the morning and in the evenings, right? Is because if you and again, you could look this up. It's that idea that what you put in your brain before you go to sleep, your subconscious begin to work on it. So those two times they're not arbitrary. They're important to understand, right? Because it sets up your day, and then it sets up the okay, my day is complete. Now I'm gonna get a real full rest and go to sleep with thinking about something aspirational or good. So they are about, again, using our prefrontal cortex to be able to manage our desires and our emotions. This is not anything new. We're just regurgitating what's been said for thousands and thousands of years, and has been proven. That's just what we're regurgitating.
Literally.
I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. So one last thing, and then I'll let you go, and then we may just have you come back. 'Cause I know it feels like we just got started.
I
I feel like it went by
know.
fast.
It does. It went
Yeah.
by very fast. Yeah. I'm sad.
Yeah. What is? Do you do any type of moving meditation? Either one of you?
I when you say moving meditation, for me, it's something very, like, yeah, chi or something like that. I
I'm
don't do
keeping that
that.
open to.
Okay.
I'm keeping that open ended.
So then I will
Whatever
tell
you would
you,
define that.
I do. I have been known to go out if I'm home and take my shoes off and just walk in the grass and just take really nice deep breaths, 3 or 4 good deep breaths, and just allow myself to be encompassed in this connecting to Mother Nature zone. And there's something really meditative about that, even though it's not, to me, I'm not thinking it's meditative. It's just taking really good deep breaths and just allowing myself to connect to that earth is just, there's something about it that is really magical for me.
It- My form of meditation is more like intellectual. It's more brainy,
Of course.
right? I mean, I've done the camping. I've done, I destroyed my body as a young kid, in the nature. But yeah, to me is intellectually asking questions and things like that. That's what works for me. Do I stretch? Yes. Do we go walking? Absolutely. We walk in the park, around a lake here. So I do those things, but to me, like you, you know, your form of meditation, because meditation is really being present, right? And you have to find what that looks like for you, right? I'll give you an example of what meditation was for me. Before we purchased this condo, we had a house, and in the garage I had all kinds of tools, and I did a lot of woodworking, right? So I could build things. But I used to just put some Bob Marley on and start working, and I felt so alive, and I did so many projects and so many things, and that was my form of meditation.
Yeah.
Then now it's transformed more into an intellectual, creative part, and that's another form. But even with all those things, you are physically involved. You're physically involved.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you being honest about what you did in the past versus what you do now, because things do shift depending where you are in your life, right? Because
Yep.
some of us who didn't even do that, what you did with the Bob Marley time of life and your Bob Marley time of your life, they didn't even do that.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that Jessie, you would, because some of us live in colder temperatures where we couldn't do it all year round versus where you are in Florida. Even just buying like a grounding mat and standing
Yeah.
on that on their outside
Absolutely.
porch could be a useful thing. Or if there's someone that likes to work with their hands and they put music on, because neuroscience has shown that the music while you're doing something that's conscious activates different parts of your brain.
Yep.
And that's really essential, because sometimes mindset isn't enough. Like doing
Right.
that 1 minute isn't enough. Like we need something else to shift. And I just love all these tools that you've given my audience. Thank you so much. So we're gonna have to end now because my editor is going to kill me. I know
We
the
know the
audience
feeling.
members are having a blast. We're having a blast.
Yes.
So it's like, it's fine, whatever. I don't have to deal with the processing. I love this. I could go on for another 30 minutes. However,
I
we're going to have to
know.
have the
Yeah.
audience
I know.
members
Mhm.
let us know in the comments for the YouTube. So I'm so sorry, my audio people. Go to the YouTube channel and
Yes.
put some comments and let us know what else you would like Jessie and Omar to address, because I think we just touched the tip of the iceberg. It sounds like a cliche, and I don't think it is. Most of the time, I have only one guest who has one particular viewpoint.
Yeah.
And what's so special about the two of you is that you're vastly different people.
Yeah.
You have some crisscrosses of life experience,
Yep.
right? And you have this business that addresses almost, so it's not so much gender, but masculine, feminine energies.
Mm.
That's in every one of us.
Yeah. Totally.
You say
We
one?
laugh. Yeah, we laugh because one of the things that we've learned in Kabbalah, right, is the opposites, and the balance between the two. So, the force and form type of energy. And we had these conversations, and they weren't easy conversations as a couple to have, but we had these conversations because we understand that and again, it's not about masculine or feminine, it's that we are two different atoms configurations, let's put it like that, right? And we're figuring out a way to mold so that she could be who she is, and I could be who I am, and then together we still are something else. And that's it takes a little bit of work, because it needs to be an acknowledgement of each other, so I was laughing because we have it over here, force and form, on this side, I guess.
Wait, so how old are you? How long have you guys been married? You've been together 25. How many years married?
21
20.
this year
Okay.
in September. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll be celebrating our 34th in June.
Oh, wow.
Years married. Thank you. I
Wow.
got double claps. And then we've been together like over 40 years. So like,
Oh my
we're
goodness.
vastly different people that got married versus now in our late 50s.
How did
and
that?
so
I was gonna say, how did that happen? You look 40.
Thank you. We met as like little unborn. No, I'm kidding. Like we've been in college. Like seriously. There's a really funny video about this Asian woman's like, oh, me and my husband, we got married, but we won't grow old together. And then she's like, I will stay young eternally because she's Asian. He will get old, but I
I
will never
love it.
look young.
Yeah.
I thought it was so funny. Like, it was like, this is so funny. But he's not age. My husband, who's white presenting, will not age because I put him on skincare. He's got his whole routine, evening and night,
Yeah.
Oh, I love
because
it.
I believe that it's really important, going to what you were saying, Jessie, from before, to look at yourself in the mirror and give yourself that love and acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
men aren't even taught this. Like, you kind of
No.
shave, or like I don't know if you have to shave. My husband shaves his head
Mhm.
bare like you. Okay,
Mhm.
Omar, and he has to look at himself, but he can kind of sometimes space out a little bit, like disassociate. And I'm like, no, you gotta pay attention when you look into your eye. Look yourself in the eye. That men aren't taught this. We have to remember
No,
to do
no.
this.
No.
That's so
It's true.
funny. Yeah, it is very
I got a rogue eyebrow.
yeah, I have to snip that,
It's like cute. Meanwhile, I'm on HRT. I'm so sorry, audience. I'm on clipping my nose hairs because I'm on T. I'm like, oh my God, what the heck is growing on my face? All right. On that note, my wonderful audience, we will see you next time. Remember, always dance, and make sure that you check out Jessie and Omar's at ASQ Empowerment, EMPOWERMENT.com. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Dance to Heal podcast with Jenny C. Cohen. Come back next time to hear stories of inspiring triumph and learn more ways that you can heal yourself. To work with me and continue your journey, visit danceandheal.com. Are you ready to move?